and they the consensus of was that the first 2 hours would be at least 200,000 casualties, and that didn't sound real good to me or anybody else. But it ended all before we even got started, and I was glad it did.
Yep. What was the story you had told before with Pretty Boy Floyd showing up? I don't remember how that one went.
Dad was bootleg. This was 1934, and he'd made beer. Somehow or other, he had a recipe that everybody liked, and so he had made up this big batch, and this limousine pulled up in front of our house. Man, we lived in. You would have thought that nobody would live in that dump. You could see more looking through the cracks in the house you could than when you went outside. It just was that bad.
Goodness.
And these three guys Dad knew one of them. His name was Suggs. He lived in El Dorado. Turned out that he was Floyd's cousin. But actually, I can still remember that face. He sat there, they brought in one of those cheese rounds, about that thick, whole big boxes of crackers. And I don't know whether it's him or his buddy that was giving me sips off his beer bottle. And I remember trying to climb it up in my sister's high chair.
How old were you?
I was going on 7, I think. I would have been, I was 6 and a half.
Okay.
Because Betty was born in June, and she was just a tiny baby. But anyhow, they were sitting there, and every time I run around the house, showing off. Kids do. He'd give me a sip of his beer, and I was trying to climb up in that chair, and I fell out and started crying. I remember that just as well as it was yesterday. But anyhow, Mom come. I never see her. I've seen her mad a lot of times, but she come unglued. And she had got a broom, and she says, "I want you out of the house, and Oscar, you go with them." And she started swinging that broom.
Oh my goodness.
And so they got in their limo and took off. Dad, he came back in. Well, look, just the very next month, this was in July, and he was killed over in Illinois in a wheat field. In the fall, but it was Pretty Boy Floyd. And another guy, I don't know who the other guy was, and Jim Suggs. And Jim hugged himself from his garage door. I don't have no idea what went on, but Dad was scared to death. When they got up and left, they were laughing and going on because Mom was swinging that broom, and he threw a $20 bill on the table. Honestly, I don't think I'd ever seen a $20 bill. And they left the cheese and the crackers. And they went out the door laughing, climbed in that old limo and took off. But Dad knew who it was because he knew Jim Suggs. And he was afraid the law, it took him a long time to spend that $20 bill to break it. He was afraid it'd become from a bank robbery or something. But it was Pretty Boy Floyd.
Why were they there? Just
Dad made the best beer in El Dorado.
Oh, he wanted to get some.
And somehow or other, he was outrunning the law, and he was staying with his cousin. Nobody knew about it.
My goodness.
And then they had that big. I don't have no idea what kind. It was a big old limousine, beautiful car, practically brand new. And they took off in that, I remember.
Wow.
Catting down the hill. I don't know whether he left town then or what he did.
Wow.
But Dad wouldn't spend that $20. It took him a while before he got up the nerve to spend that $20.
Sure.
Of course, that took care of us for a long time.
Oh, yeah.
$20.
My goodness.
But that was Pretty Boy Floyd, and I can still remember it. That face somehow. I think if somebody had it in their bill for a picture of him, I think I'd recognize him.
Wow.
And I was 6.5 years old. Quite a deal. I remember one. I was before that or after. I think it was after. We had to walk to the North School and Dad said, when you get down to Jackson Street, he says, don't go to Main Street. I want you to stay away from Main Street. And he said, go down Jackson and you'll go right to school. So we went down to Jackson Street and went up. Come to find out, they had got somebody somebody was going to try to rob the El Dorado Bank. They had sharpshooters on the top of the buildings,
Oh my goodness.
and nothing ever happened. But I didn't know that at the time. Later on, I found out that's what it was.
Wow.